My favorite line from the movie was, "The President of the United States is fucking lying."
Hey, shh.
Welcome back, everyone, to Not Another Needless Sequel, where we watch movies and propose unnecessary prequels, sequels, reboots, and remakes. My name is Kane. With me, as always, is my co-host, Kelsey.
Hey.
This week, we're taking a look at 2021's Don't Look Up, and as always, there'll be time codes below. What did you rate the movie?
A 4.
Why?
Vibes, man.
Well, I rated it a 5 out of 5 because I thought...
Shocking.
Why?
You rate everything a 5.
I don't rate anything a 5.
You rate tons of things a 5.
I rate things 4 and 4.5.
Mostly 5s.
I bet that's not true.
It's not true, but you do give a lot of 5. I knew you were going to give this a 5.
It's good.
Is it that good, though? Like, I'm comparing it to other things I've given it a 5, and it's not it.
The way that you do your ratings and the way that I do my ratings aren't the same.
Touche.
Every movie can't be Sinners, but every movie doesn't deserve to never get a 5 again. I think it was super funny, and...
Funny, haha. Not funny, weird.
both.
Nice.
I mean, the amount of just outrageous shit happening the whole time that you just can't expect the next outrageous thing, and how dumb everyone is. Almost like Idiocracy, except like it felt more real.
Yeah, because it was a political satire.
I guess, but it was just like, even outside of that, it doesn't have to just be like, isn't this just like our government? Which it is. But it's just like, aren't people fucking dumb? And they are. I mean, have you ever talked to a person? 9 out of 10 conversations I have with a stranger are dumb. The things they're saying are dumb. They're not making sense. They don't know what they're talking about. Whatever the fuck it is, they're not understanding me. It's just nonsense.
It's all the TikTok these days.
It ain't, because it's every generation and there's some in everywhere.
I agree. I think for me, I gave it a 4 out of 5 because I think the overall plot was good, but there's just certain things in the movie, and I know why they were written in, but they just rubbed me the wrong way, so I can't like it that much.
Are you talking about anything in particular?
Just all of it.
Oh, not one singular act by one singular character?
No, it's more than one act, for sure.
Okay.
By more than one character, but what you're referring to, yes, it's, what's his name?
Dr. Mindy?
Yeah, it's Dr. Mindy cheating on his wife, and then his wife admitting to cheating on him. And then it's also Jonah Hill's character. I could do without.
No, he
Awful.
was amazing.
Awful.
Anyway.
And I love that his mom forgot him.
That's the point.
I know.
Anyway. With a budget of $160 million, with a limited theater release, it made $791,000 in theaters. But like I said, it was a limited release. It was a Netflix thing. So that doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Netflix numbers are. I only have the box office.
Does Netflix just make money like $7 per view or whatever it would be? $7 was the number that I made up. But is it money per view? Like, is that how they make money, or is it what?
No, it can't be. I guess I don't know for sure, but it's more like they're hoping for people to extend their membership or sign up for a membership to watch it.
I feel like that's more apt for a TV show, because a show you're like, oh, I gotta pay because I can't finish this all in a month. It's where a movie you're like, well, that was a good movie. Guess I'm done.
They don't care. If you pay for 1 month to watch one movie, that's your own fault to them, because you have to pay for the whole month.
Yeah.
So they're not losing, you know? You need to watch more shit to try and get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Well, on Rotten Tomatoes, Don't Look Up was given positive reviews by 56% of critics and 78% of general audiences. So it was
Everyone
very
agrees
split.
with me.
Okay, well, I don't know. I was reading through a bunch of the bad reviews. I gotta tell you, my opinion is that it's a bunch of people who did not like looking in the mirror, because they were all like, yeah, funny, haha, but it's just too much. It's just mean. It's just nonstop. Like, yeah. Bro, that's the fucking world. Like, you can't now cry about, like, the movie's telling too many honest truths.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see anybody that went like, oh, poor acting or bad storyline. It was just like, it was mean. Granted, I can't say it's every negative review. I didn't read them all. I read some. And you don't have to agree with me about this being a good movie. Your opinion is your opinion. I just think, give a real criticism that's not just it reminded you of real life. Anyway, this movie opens up with Jennifer Lawrence's character, Kate. I'm not sure I remember how to say her last. Dibiowski. Okay. I'll never say her last name again for the rest of this if I can help it. But she sees
kind of hard. That's the name of the comet.
I'm going to call her Kate, and I'm going to call the comet the comet. Kate spots this comet, and it's huge, and it's heading towards them, and they start measuring, when it's going to fly by and that kind of thing, and they realize it's not going to fly by. That shit is about to wipe them out. So, in that opening, I did want to say that I saw Jennifer Lawrence hated that opening scene of her where she's staring at a computer and she's quietly rapping Ain't Nothing to Fuck With by Wu-Tang Clan. And I also hated that scene. I just watching it, I was just like, what's going on? Because it never comes up again like, oh, she's a big rap fan. Like, it was just nothing.
She looked like she didn't really listen to rap.
I mean, she wasn't rapping along like, this was my favorite song. So anyway, why was that scene in there? If you wanted to use the song, I think you could have just found a different place.
Just wanted to show the nonchalantness of her finding the comet.
I guess you're right, but we could have used anything if she really hated that. So upon realizing that this is going to hit, they end up getting in contact with the head of the planetary defense. I liked that in the movie. It like pops up on the screen and said, yeah, this is a real place. Dumb shit like that, calling you out. And they confirm the information. They believe they have about 6 months and so many days until this comet hits. I thought like that amount of time is both too little and too much. Like, to know that you only have 6 months left will feel like you have no time in the world, and yet I believe that 6 months of waiting and knowing exactly when it's going to end is torture.
Yeah. That's like, they always have that question. People are asked, if you were told exactly when and how you were going to die, would you want to know?
Would you?
Yeah. It changed the way I live my life. Like, if it was like I was going to die next week, I'd quit my job. If I'd die 50 years from now, sure, I'd keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. If this information was absolute and there was no other way that I could change it, then I would do a bunch of wild shit because I knew I wouldn't die. I'd have plot armor for a period of time. If you got this information, it was like, there's no changing it no matter what. Yeah, like, I'm gonna fucking scale the side of a building or something. I'm gonna go fucking stop an armed robbery. Like, yeah. Fuck it. So, anyway, with this information, they bring it to the White House. They don't give a fuck. They barely listen to them during the meeting and are just like, great. Anyway, and they just move on. So, because they are totally blown off, you see that President Orlean is awful. She just doesn't care. But it's just showing like she's a fake and she's a liar. And you see her whole White House fucking office is filled with pictures of her and celebrities. I was wondering if President Orlean was an actress before she became president.
Like Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, I'm withholding further comments on Ronald Reagan. When asked whether President Orlean is a Republican or a Democrat, director Adam McKay didn't reveal, but he answered, I don't think either party has much to be proud about over the last 40 years. You're right. Fuck all them. And also, she is clearly a Republican because she's fucking stupid. And at least, if you lie with a little bit of tact, we know you're someone else in the government. So, upon being blown off by the White House, they decide to start doing media. They go on this show called The Daily Rip, where Kate is basically made fun of and turned into a meme where they're just like, oh, she's overreacting. And Mindy, on the other hand, I guess I didn't really fucking even talk about Mindy, but he's like her
professor,
boss. But,
yeah, he's her professor, and she's a PhD candidate.
Yeah, Randall Mindy. It's Leonardo DiCaprio's character. So Mindy starts kind of like going with the flow of what they start pushing. But on top of that, President Orlean actually gets in trouble because she is sleeping with somebody that's being confirmed in the Supreme Court. And they talk about that throughout the whole movie. But
there's also like a sexual predator and
all the worst things. I mean, the whole movie slowly is just revealing and showing you like every person that works in the government is related to her and somehow gave her a fucking big boost of money.
Something else I was going to say is Kate's boyfriend ends up breaking up with her and trying to get popular off of her embarrassment from
Yeah,
all of
he writes an
this.
article like, I slept with that crazy girl.
Yeah.
So when all that shit comes out about President Orleans' sex scandals, she decides to tell everybody about the comet, and we are going to do this diversion mission and, hit it with a missile. And
And they pick this really racist old time general to, quote, make the ultimate sacrifice. And they're going to hit the comet with nukes in space.
yeah, and so they successfully launch for that mission, and all of a sudden they turn back. And they're like, what the fuck is going on? The mission gets aborted because this cell phone company, Bash, says that the comet has all these rare minerals and they need them. So they are going to break apart the comet instead, let it hit Earth, and then mine all of that. The fucking CEO for Bash, he's very clearly like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, like that. He's a fucking weirdo. So because he says that, now the world becomes divided over this, because once again Mindy is sort of like, oh yeah, maybe this can work, and at least if I'm there, I have one hand on the wheel and I can help. Kate and the head of the planetary defense, Teddy, they are just like on the other side saying like, oh, this is horrible, we need to stop this. And you see the world is divided on it too. There's people saying like, oh, this is going to create so many jobs. It's not. Like, they're very clearly talking about just making money for themselves. That's all they care about. Eventually Kate, she's just like, fuck it, everything sucks, nothing matters, we're all gonna die. And she starts sleeping with this dude, Yule. Yule is played by Timothy Chalamet, and you asked about his hair during filming, and it just so happens I have trivia on that. He wasn't going to have long hair in the film, but after filming was delayed, he didn't cut his hair because of the lockdown. And then during a Zoom meeting, the director liked the way it looked and asked him not to cut it before they shot. So that's why he looked like that. Although I maintain that Timothy Chalamet just wandered on set and they just filmed him being his natural self for this part.
Yeah, that's what it was.
At one point, he fucking says, I didn't get the whole line, but he says, I'm Yule, or so and so on Twitch. Do you game? Like, that's how he introduces himself to somebody.
Yeah, that's how he introduced himself to Kate at the grocery store.
Oh, you're
Because
right.
that's where he first asked her to hang out. And she was like, yes. And then he tried to kiss her and she was like, no. And then he got upset and she's like, we're all going to die. Fuck it. And then just kissed him anyway.
Yes. Well, during their relationship, at one point she looks up and she can literally see the comet that's coming. So then they start a hashtag, just look up, and it makes a bunch of people realize the truth. In return, the government starts their own hashtag, don't look up.
Well, because then Professor Mindy at this point, after cheating on his wife and abandoning everything he ever knew and worked for in his whole life, has a change of heart.
Yeah, so he was living in the spotlight, basically, and eating that up, and he was sleeping with the talk show host, and just being a shit. But yeah, he tries to go against them finally, and because they find out that other governments have been cut out of the deal to get any of those minerals, which is the only reason that they do this, by the way. But the other governments launched their own mission to deflect the comet, and it doesn't work. So now all they have is this bash fucking thing to work because it's too late to do anything else.
And with the bash time, coming up, Randall has been trying to get his wife back to spend his last moments with her, and he takes Kate and Yule to the grocery store and they pick up stuff for dinner and show up at Randall's house.
And so they're sitting at dinner and they see on the news that the bash mission fails. And you knew it was going to fail because the fucking company just cared about money and they did everything half-ass and rushed. And you see all the drones that they send up start exploding, and the president and the CEO of Bash both just like disappear from the room and tell them to hold on. And people all around the world start freaking out and panicking, and everyone that was for it is, let down. And meanwhile, so Mindy, Kate, and Yule, Teddy, the family, they are all having like their last dinner. Yeah. And
no, they turn off the TV before the launch even happens because I think they
right.
already
They
know it's gonna fail.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. But regardless, it doesn't make a difference that it fails.
Yeah. The movie ends with that shit hitting and everyone dies.
It happens in slow motion yet fast motion at the same time. And I both hate and love the ending. And I think it's just because I hate that the bad guys won.
Did they? They died too.
I mean, not until they landed on another planet after going into cryo sleep and then getting eaten alive, which made me
That's
happy.
an after credit scene.
But still, like,
I thought that ending was really fucking good.
it was good. I hated it. I have a love-hate with it, but I didn't hate it for... I think that the ending was appropriate.
Randall's last line, for a movie that I was laughing my ass off the whole time, even with all the shit in it that unfortunately reminds me of real life, I was enjoying this movie. The last line of the movie, Randall says, the thing of it is, we really did have everything, didn't we? And then it starts, you can see the wall behind him, like, impacting and exploding. And nobody speaks again for the rest of the movie.
It goes slow-mo for that, and then all of a sudden fast-mo and everyone's dead.
But that last line was like super deep and depressing and sad, because that is how some people are gonna feel when it's too late. I'm sorry if you're listening to this thinking we're just laughing it up about the comedy movie. Sorry to end it with that, but on top of everything that's going on, let's not forget that we're running out of time to fix anything with the planet if we just keep fucking pushing smoke into it. Anyway, that ending I think gave it a whole point for me in general because I thought it was that good. And yeah, there's that after credit scene, like you said, about they fucking land on another planet and get eaten alive. So that's good. As I've been doing with comedies, I guess, for a little while, because it's kind of hard to talk about in the story, I just wrote down some of my favorite jokes I'd like to go over. Mm-hmm. When Kate first finds out that the comet is actually going to hit, they're like, say something. And she goes, I gotta go get high. And she just immediately runs off. Mm-hmm. Jonah Hill, when Kate is in the White House the first time, he gives her a fist bump and says, thanks for dressing up. And she clearly did not dress up. When they meet Ariana Grande, we didn't talk about her at all, but she's a singer, a different singer. She plays someone else. One of her entourage says, you guys like look at plant or whatever the fuck they say about them. Because they're not even describing what they're there for the talk show for, right? But when they find out what they do, one of her entourage says some shit like, I have a shooting star tattoo on my back, and Mindy just gives her a thumbs up. Yeah. Because Mindy and Kate keep, like, giving information they're not allowed to give out, they periodically get taken by the CIA, and there's a point where Jonah Hill is like, they don't even put a bag over their head normally. I asked for that specifically. And then... Kate is jogging and they fucking stop her. You know, a bunch of people are around her dressed up in disguises and they're CIA and they pull guns on her and tell her to stop. And this one guy, she's like, you were dressed as a blind guy.
Yeah.
Right before the launch Bash's launch to break up the meteor, Jonah Hill goes, Molly kicking her right now. I timed that shit perfect. At another point, they're locked in a room, and they're like, why do we have to be in here? And Jonah Hill's like, it's just a matter of security. And then he's about to walk out, and he says, do you want to come? And Kate's like, yeah. And he's just closing the door already, like, ignoring her completely. They keep fucking with each other.
That's when they invited Mindy to the cabinet meeting, and not her.
Yeah. The kid's name is fucking Jason, the president's kid, and the president invites Mindy to go with them on the cryo ship, and he's like, no, that's okay, I'm just gonna go with my family. And then he says, have fun with Jason, and she's like, Jason? And she fucking forgot him at the White House, and they don't go back for him. That's it.
No, but remember, he survived the explosion.
You're right. The very last thing I had is how funny it was that in the beginning, when they're brought in by a general, he charges them for snacks. You're not even thinking about it. I barely noticed that he did it. I didn't think about it. I didn't wonder if that was gonna come back. And later on, they go to get snacks, and the people are like, yeah, they're all free. It's the White House. And she's like, the general charged us for snacks. And she brings it up several other times. Later on, she's like, it had to be a power move. He knew we would eventually find out the snacks were free. And she just keeps telling people, like...
That was the biggest plot point of the movie. That was so good.
Why did the general charge them for snacks? For real. Anyway.
It was a power play for sure.
The last piece of trivia, or the last two pieces of trivia I have, Jennifer Lawrence filmed most of her scenes with a broken tooth. and due to restrictions in place during COVID-19, she could not get it fixed. So they just added it post-production with like CGI. I think that you have to be a good actor to keep looking at her with her busted chipped tooth and not laugh when she's doing some of her lines. And then Randall's final line
You
that
already did that one.
No, I mentioned the line, but I didn't say that it was improvised. That's it. It was just improvised. Allegedly. I think sometimes they just give that shit to actors to make them look good.
Especially Leo.
Maybe. Time for everybody's favorite game. True or false, government edition.
Oh.
Number 1. Has the government used drug experiments to
Yes.
try and control behavior?
Yes, they have.
Correct! Look up MK Ultra. Number 2.
Practice it on slaves.
Poisoned alcohol killing thousands.
Yes.
Correct. Read into Prohibition. Number 3. Overthrow someone else's government for business interests.
Yes.
Correct. Look into United Fruit Company. Congratulations, kids. Now remember, if you ever think your government wouldn't do something, yes, they would. Now, what is your sequel?
This is going to be our game every time now.
Ah.
This can be off the record, but it's just a question.
If this is our game every time, I better make the announcement now that I do not plan to kill myself. I do not want to kill myself. I love life, and that is not changing.
Is it my turn?
Yes. What is your sequel called?
Oh,
no title. Why don't I start with mine?
Hold on. No, I always go first.
A little treat.
I always go first.
You can go second, like the old boot you are, for not having a title.
Let me tell you why. It's because I made it a limited series.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna think of a title. Give me just a minute, okay?
Okay.
It's gonna be called.
In the meantime, United Fruit Company actually became Chiquita Banana. Think about that when you're buying Chiquita bananas. And think about what I said about them overthrowing a government.
It's a limited series. Each episode is going to be a comedic satire, like this movie, with world-ending events and what-ifs. So think like a mix of the movie we just watched, Don't Look Up, but also Black Mirror, because I really wanted to highlight how fucked up the world is.
Okay.
Because I think this movie was honestly realistic. Like
unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's like idiocracy. But the first episode, I have 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
The first episode, nuclear war.
Like what that would be like?
What that would be like. Yeah, nuclear war.
Yeah.
All of these are going to be cataclysmic, world-ending events. There are no survivors. Like
no vault dwellers?
No vault dwellers, nothing.
Damn.
Because you know what? I want a scene like if the nuclear war, imagine, you hear stories about people building these bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to not work.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to make me happy.
You know it would work. If you were a Wolverine and you were captured during World War II and then they put you in a hole and when the bomb blew up, you just held onto the hole and blocked that guy with your back. It's going to blow your shit smooth off, but you're going to come back.
That's exactly it, because you got heels.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, nuclear war.
Mm-hmm.
2, second episode. So I feel like each episode would need its own title. So that's why I don't know what the overall title of the series should be.
But Black Mirror has a title for each.
I know, but what do you think, like, after hearing that?
Don't Look Around.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Don't Look Around?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Second episode?
I'll take my payment in ones.
I feel like each episode should be titled, what if? What if nuclear war? What if alien invasion?
Nice.
Because the aliens are going to come here, almost like in that movie District 9, and realize how fucking stupid we are.
But in District 9, they couldn't get back in their ship, so we bullied them.
I know, but still, we're dumb. 3. I feel like I gotta say it. AI.
Yeah.
And it's the government's fault because they keep trying to push AI for, I imagine, like a bash scenario,
Yeah.
Anyway, AI. 4. Robots. Separate from AI.
Nice. But then, what are the robots going to... They'd be controlled by somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah. I remember they did that in Call of Duty. One time they were just like,
I was also thinking more of like Cyberpunk. Ooh. Like a company.
Like all the companies take over?
Yeah, like instead of AI taking over, like robotic companies getting into fights and then all of the
And it's
stuff.
literally in Night City, the government's barely there because it's just the fucking
That's what
businesses.
I'm saying. So it could happen, yeah. And then 5, I feel like the most probably predictable one, extreme weather events.
Yeah. Like the movie 2012, if it was good.
I never saw it.
Me neither. I just assume it was bad because now it looks stupid. Think about people who were born after 2012 and watch that movie and they're like, this happened? Doesn't matter. Nothing compared to what you're currently living through, my friend.
Exactly. Anyway, so that's my idea.
Perfect. Mine is called Just Look Down.
Ooh.
The pitch line, which you didn't have.
Oh, I forgot. I keep forgetting that's in like
Well,
a
you didn't
new
have a
thing,
title,
but
so I assumed you weren't gonna have a
don't
pitch
look
line.
around, pitch around, pitch around. It's gonna be my pitch line is. What if these events happen today?
Okay, yeah. My pitch line is Silence is Compliance.
Oh.
Similar political satire. It's going to follow several characters whose stories only briefly connect, something like Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, if you know those movies.
Yeah.
3 characters.
He's just not that into you.
Yeah.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Yeah. Love Actually.
Love Actually, that's a good one.
Rick Grimes. Peter works as a high school teacher, so through this character, I'm expecting that you will get to see. Oh, this whole thing is taking place during the events of Don't Look Up. It's just gonna be all over the world. Like, I didn't pick a place for these people to be, but you'd place them anywhere. Peter works as a high school teacher, so you'll get to see the reaction from kids, how they're viewing the event, which I think is important because obviously kids in high school are your soon-to-be voters, not to mention your soon-to-be fucking politicians. Nothing too far advanced. We got to save those for the old-timers. But I think that seeing that point of view is important. You're going to see some kids who, hey, they're going to grow up to be a fucking idiot like their parents. Some kids who unfortunately go against their parents and forms a rift. And all that sounds very dramatic, and that's important. But also, like I say with comedies, I do want this to be a comedy. I just can't write the jokes. Like I'd have to be writing a full script. I have to know what's happening in each scene to write the jokes.
That's kind of how I felt with this because like mine is still supposed to be a comedic satire, and I don't think any of these should have a good outcome. Black Mirror never has a good outcome. I mean, occasionally I guess, but you know what I mean. There's always a cost. There's always a price.
Yeah, there was that time that politician fucked that pig. It was good.
Did.
For the politician, because they're gross.
And
sad for the pig.
the ending where the guy got arrested for child pornography.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
That's the first episode of Black Mirror I ever saw.
And first they made them kill a bunch of people and like each other and shit.
They made them kill other.
Yeah. What about that time that Anthony Mackie realizes that he wants to have virtual sex with his friend?
Well, yeah, because the cost was an open marriage, so he gets to continue to virtually have sex with his friend, and his wife fucks other men in real life.
Bad trade-off.
Seems like it.
Just don't get into that situation, fellas. Just give your buddy a hand job and don't worry about it. Anyway, Nicole will be a friend to Jason, the president's son. I think her viewpoint will be that she's actually a normal person and is trying to convince Jason, and obviously he is an idiot and won't care or listen. But you see almost like just outside the president's circle's point of view. Like people that aren't close enough to influence or do anything, but, inner workings of people at the White House that might still want things to go well. B will be someone working as a nurse in a nursing home. So you see the elderly and already dying and their viewpoint on the world ending soon. Because what does it mean to you if the world's ending in 6 months when you have 3 months to live anyway?
I think someone should say, I wish the Lord would take me now.
Sure. Cameo from Tony Soprano's mother.
Exactly.
We use the same weird fucking choppy green screen they had to do back then when they put her head on some other body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think viewing it from other viewpoints would be very interesting to see all the fucking idiots outside of the government, see the idiots in your everyday life, and laugh at that and, try not to think about the real world.
Agreed. Pretty funny. We had similar ideas, but not quite the same.
All right. Well, before we go, let's see. What do you think I should cut out of the episode?
Just some of the extra stuff.
Nothing I said.
Whatever you want, boo. It's your thing.
We'll try some things out, see what you think. You should vote, even if you think both candidates suck. Cut that out?
There's no votes coming up. I'd save it.
Well, just for all the time.
Oh.
You should not trust the cops. Too far? And, too far? Okay. How about we just put a nice, healthy beep over that? And you guys out there will know what I said. I would never incite violence. However, I would strongly support people supporting their amendments, such as the Second Amendment. And just be peaceful and don't hurt people and don't hate people and don't be rude to people. It's very simple. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. We do so appreciate it. If you want to talk movies with us, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Letterboxd, Threads, and Blue Sky. We are NansPod everywhere.
NansPod?
If you'd like to vote on whose sequel idea was the best, come by our YouTube channel for the polls, or you can let us know your idea across our socials or at needlesssequel@gmail.com. Links, as always, will be wherever you're listening. If I could ask you for one thing, it's to share a show with someone and leave us a review. That is how we get new listeners. Of course, I also ask that you come back for more Needless Sequels. Next week, we'll be watching Eurovision on Netflix. Take care of yourselves, everyone. We will see you next week.